Man, I love it, man. He's a family man, very energetic. He's always, have a spark in the offensive meeting room. Just a great guy. And I've been knowing Coach Bell for a long time now, and just working for him is awesome.
Talking to Coach Narduzzi earlier, he said Coach Bell reminds him of a young him. Do you see similarities between their two personalities?
Definitely, I definitely see that. They both love ball. Coach Narduzzi, he's always talking ball, always talking about new schemes and different things like that. And Coach Kade Bell do the same thing. Like, it could be late night on a Saturday night, he'll hit you up and text you, hey, look at this kid, or hey, what you thinking about this play, different things like that. So you definitely know that Coach K loves ball.
And obviously with this offense coming in, you have experienced receivers. You have guys like Konate and Kenny Johnson that played last year. How do you think they have developed or kind of adapted to this game?
They adapted well, man. Those guys are vets. Those guys know how to play at a high level. Konate doing an awesome job of leading that group as being the captain of that wide receiver group. And they adapted to the offense well. And it's playing to their strengths because they know how to run routes, they know how to read coverages and different things like that. So that will help those guys.
How has it been, kind of working with the quarterbacks? I mean, what have you seen from Nate? What have you seen from Eli?
Those guys, man, they work hard, man. They do a great job of, getting the guys together, going, throwing, and different things like that, working together. Those guys just understand coverages. They listen to Coach K and different things that he wants them to do. They do, and that's a good thing about those guys are coachable. So that's one thing I love about those two guys. Both of them are just coachable. They learn the system, they embracing the system, and they doing a great job for us.
What have you seen from Dejon Reynolds? I feel like a lot of people have been high on him so far. What have you seen from him?
Man, Dejon, he's a great player. The good thing about him, he can play inside and he can play outside. Like today, we had him on outside, and he's doing a lot of things that I haven't seen him do before, and he looked like he's back feeling himself, so that's good. Just way he get in and out of his brace. He's a bigger body, a bigger receiver that catch the ball, has strong hands. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table and to be able to use him more.
How's it been with the two guys that kind of transferred that played with Coach Bell, like Poppy Williams and CJ? I mean, have they been able to hit the ground running? And obviously they're jumping up a couple levels. I mean, it looks like they just belong here, right?
Looks like they just belongs here, man. Those boys, they just know how to play ball. Like they play fast, they know how to attack the ball, run vertical options, different things like that. So those guys are doing a great job in the meeting room as well, just helping out the guys and being a great leader, teaching them some of the offense that they already aware of and different things like that. So I'm excited for those guys as well. Yeah, thank you. No problem.
So it's a pretty tempo offense. I mean, how deep do you envision the rotation game receiver-wise? You kind of have 6 guys who can go in at any moment?
Well, right now it all depends on what our guys can obtain. Like if they can go ahead and know the offense, we can play 6 receivers. But we have guys that that we need to get on the field that can understand where to line up, understand the plays, different things like that. We don't play 8 receivers before, so we're gonna try to get those guys in and out, run a lot of routes, and do a lot of rotation because we want them to be fresh whenever we will go with this high tempo. So
how was that offensive install kind of going for your group thing?
So what now?
How was that offensive install kind of going for your group thing so far?
Oh, it's going well. Those guys are way advanced. They understand it. It was a good thing that us being here in the spring where we can be able to introduce it to them. But now is where we're at that level and that step where we can just go more into it in detail. You know what I mean? Cutting your split, understanding coverages, when you need to be outside the numbers, when you need to be inside the numbers, different things like that. So where in the spring we just had to tell them to play every line up and get there. Now we can go more in depth of telling them and teaching them of how we want these route processes.
Where's Konate playing right now? Are you more in or outside?
Right now we got him more outside, but the way we do things, he can be outside, but he also can play inside. He's one of those guys where it doesn't matter. We can put him at the boundary, we can put him into the field, or we leave him in slot. So he's a guy that he just does great things.
But what's the biggest challenge for your wide receivers in terms of adjusting to this offense? I mean, outside of CJ Lee, who's played in it before, what's the biggest adjustment for your wide receivers to this new offense?
The biggest thing is transition from an offense that was more slow tempo, huddle up. You taking a long time to call a play, and the quarterback's running in about where now you're in a high tempo offense where we're trying to snap the ball, 7-8 seconds, So it's one where you got to line up fast. You got to be able to see the signals. You got to be able to get the calls, different things like that. So it's a big transition point with the last offensive staff and now this offense. So, but they are embracing it. They are doing the things that we asking them to do, and I'm just excited for these guys.
Do you see excitement from your players and being able to play a bit more high tempo in terms of what they did last year? Do you see that excitement from them?
Oh, absolutely. Like those guys, they're competitive. They want to compete. They want the ball. You know how receivers are. They want the ball. And we throw a lot of deep routes. So those guys are excited of the opportunity to be able to make the play during the game. So, like I said, I've been trying to make sure I put them in position and teach them the offense so they can go out there and be in position to make those plays.